Yo, what is going on, everyone? DK back here with another Lost Cloud video, and today we're going to be going over the new Dragonoid Milim Nava physical DPS build. She is going to be a dark unit, so we're going to go ahead and build around that. We will be going over equipment and skills that I currently have on her. Some of the equipment and skills are going to be in Godforge, and some of them are going to be limited rare arcs. So I'm thinking about actually doing a build with just general pull arcs. I'll probably do that on my next video about her. Just so, for some people that don't have, a lot of the LR arcs that exist, we'll go ahead and see what we can do with just general pull arcs. But for right now, this is currently what I have. Maybe it can point you in the right direction so that you guys can build your Milims the way you want. This one is going to be a physical, like I said, physical dark DPS. She is going to be a dragon type. As you can see, my stats here, they are fairly nice. The only thing that is kind of lacking is in my MND. Barely hitting that 950 range, so I'm probably going to be adding a little bit of that because you definitely want to be able to self-heal, especially if you're running Berserker. We definitely want to proc the Proud Force so that you get the most return on your HP. As you can see here, I am nil to blind, nil to curse, and resistance to stun. I probably will be changing that stun. If you find that you are getting stunned, go ahead and add a resist to that. And you should be just fine. Weak to illness, which I'm not really too focusing on that. So the next thing we could talk about here is the abilities. Now, we already know what she's going to be doing. S1 is a dash forward, dark area combo attack. This one, S2 is going to be an extra damage cap of 1500 whenever it hits, and then the S3 will be an extra 3k, and then she has her S4, which is a Dragon Nova. Traits here. So going over the traits real quick, we have dark damage plus 40, damage cap plus 10k. When using the special, use 20% of the MP to boost damage cap, and then boost effect based on number of MP used. So guys, the more MP you use, the better you're gonna have on your S4. We will be going over that because I do have some kind of tweaking that I did do a small little short where it does show you how much she can actually hit with her S4. It is a little it's a little tedious. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but there is a way to kind of maximize that. It's only on single target though, so that's what kind of bums me out about that a little bit. But we'll go ahead and get to that here shortly. With Ancient Demon Lord, she has a continuous haste and speed effect, which is very nice. She's nullified to Dragon Killer and Slayer effects. When she's taking combos, she gets cut damage as hits increase, max 50% at 20, and then effect calculated per enemy on reset when combo ends. So she has like a little bit of a tank build into her, so it's really nice. I didn't put too much defense under her. I feel like she can hold her own pretty well. The only thing that she really needs to do is proc the Proud Force and maybe a couple other things. If you wanted to maybe not run Sharp Eyes, nothing that exerts your MP, you can run like Dusk. You can run, if you do have the SR arc from the Darkstone collab, not the Darkstone, Dr. Stone collab, you could run Stone World. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do for defense these days. So if you are looking for maybe a defense build, that'll probably be my next video. So maybe you guys check that one out. But diving into skill sets here. So we'll go over equipment first. I went ahead and decided to use an Nox bow. It's only at level 10. There's nothing too crazy about it, but the reason why I like it is because for dark physical attacks you get plus 15%, and when the enemy is resistant to dark, it basically acts like a little mini Trishula. So it reduces enemy resistance and deals damage. It's a really good bow. The only problem is that you will have to put on bow equipped to be able to use it because it's not part of her kit. The next thing I'm using is Pure Blade Miramasa plus 40. This is a Godforge blade. It's completely maxed out. So the reason why I'm using this is because of the physical attack damage plus 25. I definitely wanted to try to bypass a lot of resistances on dark, so that's why I'm kind of going with this build. Of course, I like to see big numbers, so we are using the Hail Sovereign's Ring, which this is obtainable in the MP multiplayer shop. What this is going to give me is an extra 1000 damage cap physical, and then a special damage cap of 1500. Of course, next we have the Equilibrium Spear. The reason why I love this thing is because it's light, dark, and non-attribute damage plus 15%. You really can't go wrong with that. Also gives you some stat buffs of HP at 300 and an attack of 100. This is obtained in the UR arc. That's for free towards the end game. So if you guys don't have this, that's fine. There's a lot of other things you guys can use. The way I would do it is mostly go for maybe some kind of physical attack. If you guys are looking for some defense, maybe go through there. Of course, when it comes to equips, just kind of use what you have. Of course, running dual wield on her is a must. That's why you're going to see 2 weapons on this unit. So moving on to the actual skills, and we'll go ahead and dive even deeper into why I'm using those equips. All right, so for skills, we have Attack Up, and that's going to be part of our free kit. Fighting Spirit, Resolve 4, Critical 2. Now, the reason why I'm using Critical 2 is because it is actually a really cheap cost. Critical rate plus 5. at 3 SC. That's a really good deal. So make sure you guys definitely, every time you get this, you have a chance to use crit 2, definitely use it. It's worth the bang for the buck because this is actually really expensive for only 8%. So I'm glad it was free. Next, we have Advanced Aim Vitals. This is going to be free for critical hit plus 50. She does come with Proud Force, so that's really nice. So this is why I want to tell you want to build that MND so that you can make that proc even better, so you can get a better HP return. Next is going to be Royal Armor, reduce the chance of receiving crits. So of course you want to always say between 9 to 8 SC extra for your Slayers, unless you're attacking a dragon. A god, which this is gonna take priority over that. So you won't have to worry about a God Slayer. So for right now, we are attacking the creature, I believe, I was attacking the creature earlier. So I was using this Slayer, but like I said, you can use whatever Slayer. We have Fish Slayer, Soldier Slayer, Sniper Slayer, whatever you need for the fight. Make sure you attach your Slayers. They usually range between 8 to 9 SC. She does come with Human Shield, which is very nice. I believe it is minus 20% from soldiers, snipers, and sorcerers. Special boost. Now this is going to enhance your killer and slayer types. Make sure you guys equip your special boost at all times when you're using your slayers. This is really important, guys. Next, like I said, I am using bow equip because I am using that Nox bow. It's only 2 SC, so it's not that bad of a, it's not a deal breaker, right? So if you do plan on attaching some kind of weapons, make sure you run some equips. And next we have Auto Brave. Now for this, I thought I was running Sword Equip. I guess I'm thinking of a wrong unit. Okay, so just Bow Equip for her. The next we have Auto Brave, which is free on her kit. Continuous Critical, very nice. Awaken, this is always a really good one, so if you do find yourself at a really low HP, this will proc and you will get an increase to STR, defense, and MND, and movement speed when close to death 1 time. This will work with several other things like from 0. A lot of these do stack, but you really only need this one. I feel like her survivability is pretty good already. Unless you're having trouble, then go ahead and stack on some more defense. Next thing will be Pride 2. She is at max HP. You get an extra STR plus 30%. This will be a critical rate at 10% at max HP. She does come with a lot of stuff for dark damage. She comes with Dark High Drive, which is a 30% to physical and special. She does come with Mega Drive, which is 30% to physical and special. And then you also get a damage cap to both. I did think about putting it, but it's just too costly for 20%. Go ahead, don't attach any more dark damage than needed. Dark damage crit raise, you get extra 5% on critical, and then critical power plus 50%. So this is all free. Make sure you stick with the free dark stuff. I really wouldn't attach anything extra as far as dark damage. Weak point boost, if you are finding trouble capping and you don't have anything else, this is a great substitution if you are planning to nerf the enemy. As a weakness to dark. This will help give you an extra 30% to physical damage, which is very nice. I went ahead and opted out of it because I wanted to. There's gonna be a lot of times where you're not gonna be hitting that weakness, so I want to make sure that I'm able to cap even when the enemy is resistant. So a lot of physical damage is gonna help out with that. The next is Pose of Glory. I'm very glad this is, it's not very costly, but I'm glad it's free. So when you are able to defeat an enemy, you will recover some SCT. So therefore, she's kind of like a battery. She will be constantly getting her skills back as she kills enemies. She has a pretty large damage cap, so it's not a problem. I went ahead and tacked some stuff on story on God mode, and she went right through it. So she's doing a really good job on damage cap. Most of it's mostly single target, a little bit of AoE. That's where I feel like she's lacking a little bit. She's great for single target, not the greatest for wave clearing, which is okay, guys. It's okay. The next thing is going to be Pirate Feast. Now, Pirate Feast, what happens here is that whenever at the end of battle, you're going to recover all of your skills at once. So that's pretty awesome. Wave 1, you might want to add some boosters to your SCT at round 1, at wave 1, just to get you that, that little nudge. And we'll go over that here shortly because I have attached some of those as well. The next is going to be Surprise Attack and Backstab. This is an amazing combo right here. Any physical damage to the back of the enemy, you are going to get 50% there, and then an extra 30%. So a total of 80% right here. We're just stacking percentages. She's going to be a great hitter at the end of this. Next, we have Piercing. This is part of a free kit. Physical attacks have a chance to greatly reduce enemy defense. Not bad. We also have Shockwave. Physical attacks have a chance to nullify enemy guard. It's free under kit. Now, this is the most important thing for you guys to do. Make sure you guys are doing it. She is going to need dual wield, just to make her a better unit. This is basically going to allow you to equip 2 weapons, double hits. Great. You really Can't go wrong with that. Since I am using a sword, make sure you guys, whatever weapon you guys do decide to use, make sure you are using the high boost version of that. So right now I am using a sword, so I'm using sword high boost. If you were using an axe, use axe high boost, and etc. Spear high boost. The next thing, since I am using a bow, there is no bow high boost yet, so I don't have that available to me, but it's okay. If you guys do decide to run 2 different styles of high boost, you're definitely benefiting yourselves. Like I said, I'd like my bow. It acts as a mini Trish. I dig it. She does come with ultimate boost, powers of specials at plus 30%. I started to realize that you don't really need to add any other ultimate boost because there is ultimate boost 2 and 3 if available. But I felt like I was capping without it. I think on some certain fights when they're resistant, you might need to equip another ultimate boost just to kind of have fun with the S4. It's up to you guys. I don't really use S4s as the way they have built this character because I feel like they've built this character to constantly use them, which, you know, it depends on how you play. It really just depends on the player. So for my build, I don't really concentrate too much on the S4. So I went ahead and just kept the ultimate boost too. The next thing I do have is Purple Orb. Now, this is a pretty rare skill throughout the community. If you weren't here for the DMC collab, then unfortunately you won't be able to get into it. It gets a rerun. What this does, and it's an amazing, even at 11 SC, it adds 1 stock all the way around. So very, very useful. If you don't have this, there's plenty of other places you can put this as 11 SC. You can put it towards another style of boost when you're using dual weapons. That would actually benefit you greatly there. So skill charge 1, the reason why I'm using skill charge 1 is so that I can, at the start of battle of round 1, I can go ahead and use 1 skill, knock the enemy, and then get a recharge from the kill from the, right here, Pose of Glory. Once I kill the enemy, I will get an SCT recovery. Usually that will refill my S1 or S2 immediately after using that. So I only need to basically get through wave 1. Therefore, I can go ahead and shift into wave 2, 3, and 4, 5, etc. with full charges from Pirate Feast. So the next thing I have here is Sharp Eyes. I'm a huge fan of Sharp Eyes. It does drain my MP, but you do get 50% damage for 3% of max MP. Very, very nice. It's very useful, obtainable on general arcs. So not a problem. You should be able to obtain that easily. The next thing is Giant Killing. She has that already built into her kit. So skill and special damage to bosses plus 20%, and then you get an extra 2k cap for bosses and physical damage. Very nice. Another general pull skill that is very widely used is Berserker. Physical attacks plus 30%, but causes continual HP decrease. She does maintain pretty good HP with Proud Force, so you should be okay on this. I didn't see any problems. I didn't run into any problems, so you know, very nice. Next thing we have is Pesky Demon Lord. Physical attack and special damage cap plus 5k. Flat out. That's nice. 5k extra. I will take it. Next thing is Demon Lord's Aura. Dark physical attack and special damage plus 30%. Super cool. Pretty much acts like the drives up here. Right, yeah, it's pretty much a dark high drive built in, which is really nice. A lot of dark damage here. The next thing we have is Empire Might. Now, guys, this is something I haven't really been using, but Bessie's kind of got me thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start using it a little more often. At 7 SC, physical damage increase per enemy, 5% per enemy. There's a lot of times where there's a lot of ads or enemies on the screen. You know, even what is it? 4 enemies is going to give me, you know, 20%. At 7 SC, I'll take that, honestly. It's really good. Of course, this is actually a limited run arc or limited rare arc, so it was only obtainable on the Dr. Stone collab. If you don't have it, again, we'll find another place for the SC. There's tons of other stuff that you can use. This is just kind of what I'm building so far. So if you guys have that, make sure you guys look at it again. Take a look at it, see if it works. Over here is going to be the rest of our free stuff. I fake being controlled. I said that right, yeah. When recovering from a status ailment, get a physical damage buff plus 30%. It's exactly what it says. If you cast it with poison, once the ailment ends, you get an extra 30% of physical damage on a buff. Really nice. I'll play with you some more. Whenever using a special boost special damage cap, max damage plus 75%, damage cap plus 15k when used 3 times or more. So basically what happens here, and I have tested this, every time you use your S4, it will increase over time. So the first one, I believe it's like 55. The second one's 60. And then I believe the last one I was able to hit 65, 67. I think I was running a couple of things on her. So I think it was a little higher than that. But after, I believe, the third try, it does stop boosting. Which granted, I don't really feel like it's needed to even do that many S4s in a round. I actually had to play it God mode just to do it. There are several ways to do it. You can use the Logmegia arc to refill your gauge. You can use Great War of Ruin to refill a gauge. I think there's a Tinky. I mean, a Tinky a little bit. Yeah, OG a little bit way refilling your S4. I mean, there's tons of ways to do it, but I just don't really see a point to do it. It's kind of a weird gimmick. I don't really see a lot of people using it because a lot of people don't already like S4s, so I don't know. Use it at your own risk, really. It is still nice to see that she is hitting such a high damage cap, but it is only 25 hits, so I feel like if she came with true dual wield, it'd be a lot more fun. 50 hits at high damage like that, that would have been really cool. I wish they would have done that, but next will be you look entertaining when attacking an enemy with more HP than the unit, physical attack, and special damage plus 20%. A lot of physical damage and a lot of special damage stuff. So I'm really liking the physical damage part. She hits hard. She's not as fast as I would want her to be, but we can edit that with speed. But she's right now I feel like she's just perfect to what I needed to do. So yeah, a lot of physical damage. So she does hit pretty hard on resistances as well. Earlier today, I think I was attacking somebody with 70% resistance, and I was capping on crits and a few whites with a couple of whites dropping. So not bad at all at 70 resistance. Next, we have that one work. Chance to nullify long-range physical attack damage. It's exactly what it says it does. It's kind of like a version of Maglion Shield. It just helps you with your defense a little bit. So as far as all that goes, all this is what I have currently built. So, we'll go ahead and look through this real quick so that you guys can get an actual shot of this. And I'll do it slowly so you guys can see exactly what I'm using. And we can go ahead and you guys can copy the build or change it up a bit to your liking. My overall thoughts on the character is, like I said, she's good. She's good for a new player, absolutely. I have some, she's mostly single target. She does have a little bit of AoE. She's not my favorite unit out of the game, but of course, I did build her. She can be a lot of fun. If you do like the S4 gimmick, then I definitely think you should try it out. It's funny to see it kind of increase over time, which I thought was pretty funny. But I do wish we could see more of her sword. You can see right here, I feel like she has a lot going on in her art, but I feel like the character doesn't use a lot of it in the animation, so it's kind of hard to see. Next, we will go over some side stuff. Basically, we will go over her paid weapon real quick and see if it was, if it's worth it. In my opinion, I actually really like the paid weapon. If you guys are able to attain it, I would definitely skip this clothing. You don't want this. Definitely go after the dragon sword. Or the demon sword. I'm sorry. It's a lot of value in this thing. If you did manage to pull her, a little bit later with paid gems, and you're like, I don't know what to spend my gems on. I'm giving you some advice right now. Critical damage cap plus 1500, and then you have dark attack critical rate plus 5%, which is really nice. And then you also have a chance for special to deal crit. So there's a lot of value in there. I would say don't chase that sword in any way. Don't go out and spend the extra $40 to buy it. But if you did go the paid route, make sure you do snag that sword and say goodbye to Milim's battle gear. It's just not worth it. You'll be using dual wield anyways, and maybe focus on a prism to help her out with some SC, because I feel like she's one of the few units that even at max plus 20 SC, I feel like you can just keep adding more and more, and she will just keep getting better and better. I can't even really imagine at her a plus 20. I would make her an insane DPS and tank. Just the thought about it. But they did give a lot of prisms for this unit, so very good. I haven't had a chance to really test her in arena, but I do feel like she might be okay depending on how you build her. I don't think she would be like top tier in PvP, but I definitely think she would be, she would do really, really good. But yeah, that's actually all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys, like I said, it was gonna be a quick video. I didn't want to make it too long. I wanted you guys to watch this, get to building, have some fun, and I will check you guys on the next video. Have a good night. Peace.